Well, good morning, everybody. That's a hard act to follow. Pretty compelling scenarios there with AI. Sounds like very echoey. I might just get rid of this.
How about this one? Does this one sound better? And
Maybe it's just you. All right. I am curious, how many of you have a practice today offering virtualization solutions for your customers? Raise your hands real quick. Okay, and hold them up if you're doing AVD. Awesome. And if you're doing Windows 365? It's pretty compelling. Awesome. Well, I've got a lot of new things to share for those of you that are already familiar with the products. And for those of you that haven't yet either embraced offering virtualization products or haven't embraced using the Microsofts, hopefully at the end of this session, you'll feel compelled to do so. So as Erwin said, I'm Scott Manchester. I'm the Vice President of Product for all of our virtualization offerings. 23-year veteran at Microsoft and spent about last 11 years working in this virtualization space. So today I'm going to focus a little bit about some of the things that's happened in our rearview mirror. What were the inflection points last year that really drove customers to make digital transformation, to move their architecture forward, and often that includes moving to the cloud and moving to virtualization solutions. I'm going to walk you through both a high-level overview of Azure Virtual Desktop and Windows 365 and give you some materials so you can kind of decide when one solution might be more appropriate for a customer versus the other, and how you can develop practices if you don't already using these solutions. I'm going to talk a little bit about a new innovation with Azure Virtual Desktop, which is now allowing you to build hybrid deployments through Azure Stack HCI. So you can deploy resources on-prem if the customer has specific needs there, or obviously continue to use Azure. Is the sound okay for you guys out there? Yeah. So I think it's because the speaker is, hold the mic further away. Better? I see people wincing when I'm talking. That's never a good sign. All right, how's that? It sounds better to me. Okay. All right, we're going to follow up with some specific next steps, primarily for you guys today. There's some great follow-up sessions here that build on some of these concepts, and some really good resources available online in the Partner Center for you guys as well. So let's talk a little bit about the rearview mirror. I have this analogy when I think about innovation of when I get in my car, right? I sit down in my car and I think about the windshield, right? The area that I'm giving the most real estate to view where I'm going. And I've got this little teeny window up top that is my rearview mirror that lets me look in the back. And it's a metaphor for how I think about innovation. I want to understand the history, but I should really think more about the future, right? So I'm going to be brief about what's in our rearview mirror, but it does predict a lot of things that are going to happen this coming year. So I love all the stats Erwin shared earlier as well. They're all very relevant for us, you know, as we partner to deliver these solutions to our mutual customers. Very exciting to see the amount of opportunities that are created by customers' migration to the cloud, right? Any organization that wants to maintain relevancy, that wants to be looking out their windshield and not in the rearview mirror, are very much aware that they need to embrace these technologies. They need to embrace these AI technologies. Just seeing these presentations, how much more powerful somebody can be behind those tools than somebody without those tools. How much more productive can they be within an organization? Well, the cloud offers very similar opportunities, right? How much more productive can they be? I often use this analogy when I'm in meetings like this. If I started a new company today, Contoso Corporation, and I hired every one of you today, let's say that you're all just onboarded onto my company, so I started paying your salary when I started my session. How long do you think it would be before each of you, if I was to provision you a physical laptop until the last remaining person in this room got their laptop delivered to them that was my configured laptop with my settings and apps and everything, how long do you think it would be before the last person had that laptop in their hands and started earning money for me? 3 weeks, a month, depending on where you are. And imagine how much that costs me that whole month where you don't have the productivity tools. If I started provisioning a cloud PC for every one of you before my session's over, you'd have your cloud PCs ready. And you'd get an email saying, log into your cloud PC from whatever device you have from anywhere you are in the world. And then it goes from there. So just imagine that concept alone. And then that fact that that PC, that compute experience is elastic, right? If it's not the right size, what does it take to recycle an old laptop and give you a new one? It takes me 2 seconds to give you a bigger cloud PC. I can double the RAM, storage, compute. I can pick it up and move it to another region if you move and get it close so your latency is low. Really interesting opportunities as customers look to move to the cloud, offering these modern cloud compute experiences. Hybrid work, very interesting story. So as I mentioned, I've been working in the virtualization space at Microsoft for 11 years. I built Azure Virtual Desktop about 6 years ago. And then I got asked if I would be willing to create another product, a cloud PC product, Windows 365. And I took that challenge on. So I left the AVD team, started this new team, and I started hiring in March of 2020. Date kind of resonate with you guys a little bit. March of 2020. Imagine trying to hire and build a team in March of 2020. In fact, in May, just a few weeks, I'm going to be meeting my team for the first time. We're flying everybody in, the people that we hired starting back in March 2020. We built the team, we built the product and delivered it all through COVID. Never even met many of the members of my team. So talk about building a product where you're living the experience, that hybrid experience. Part of the reason that that product is so well suited to the needs of customers today, one is that we lived the experience. So we built the product while we were living it. And the reality is that customers are still churning. You hear these news reports all the time. Oh, we're moving to hybrid. We're moving back into the office. Wait, we just sold the office. Everybody's hybrid, right? Change is happening every day. And that's opportunity for all of you and us. And then, of course, economic pressure, right? Is this the time where people want to let go of cash? Or is this the time where it's a great opportunity to have an OpEx conversation with the customer? Hey, you don't have to go buy all these new laptops or rebuild that data center. Let's move it all to the cloud. And you hang on to your cash and you just pay this monthly fee instead of this huge expense. And use the devices you already have. Extend the life of those devices. That's the signal that this provides. And of course, this AI thing seems to be a thing, right? All right, so let's get into the meat of this. I'm really proud of this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gartner's Magic Quadrant. It's a 2x2 matrix where they analyze different products, services, and technologies to decide who are the innovators in this space, who are the ones that have the vision of the future, and who are the organizations that have the ability to actually execute and deliver product value today to customers. So in September of last year, Gartner released the inaugural Magic Quadrant for desktop as a service. And so they evaluated all the players in the market, all the traditional ones, the Citrix and VMwares that have been around for decades, Amazon Workspaces, and all these other players. And we were very honored and proud to have our position in the upper right quadrant. We're new on the market. 6 years ago, we started building AVD, and just a few years ago, Windows 365. But the fresh thinking we had, taking a brand new approach to it, and building a product that really met the needs of customers today and living it while you build it. That's how you get in a position like this. IDC also produced a very similar report for desktop as a service, and Microsoft was in the same spot, upper right spot. Forrester, Gartner, IDC, sort of some of the three leading analysts in this space, and they always put Microsoft up in this area. And I'm going to show you why in a minute when we talk about the nature of these two products, Azure Virtual Desktop and Windows 365. So AVD is what I'll refer to this audience as your depth play. This is a product that is intentionally built on traditional VDI concepts. We call it Cloud VDI. Took the traditional VDI that many of you are familiar with and you've been using on-prem, modernized it, went from IaaS to PaaS, moved it into the cloud, and provided this very flexible tool for you. This has every knob and dial that you need to provide a very unique and customized solution for your customer. This is your depth play. When I get into Windows 365, we're going to talk about this as your breadth play. But let's get into this. You can see on the right just kind of the high-level bullet points of some of the capabilities. It's a full VDI-based management solution delivered from the cloud. You have full control of everything. The VM types, the VM sizes, the VM locations, the densities, the storage, app publishing, desktop publishing, server-based computing, client-based computing, everything, all integrated into a single solution. On Amazon, you got to go buy two different things. You got to buy Workspaces and you got to buy AppStream, all built into one. One licensing model, you can deploy apps and desktops to different people. Very, very versatile. Has all the great assets out of Azure. In fact, just the reach of Azure. Azure has more data centers than all the other public cloud providers combined. That's the platform we built Azure Virtual Desktop on. We can reach customers where they are. And of course, lots of options for you to optimize the cost and provide very compelling solutions to your customers. AVD brings the unique capability of a Windows client multi-user edition, Windows multi-user for enterprise. very compelling offering now that doesn't require you to use a server-based OS to offer multi-users, multiple people sharing a single OS image. The cost savings you can achieve with that are just tremendous. Those of you that do AVD will all nodding their heads because this has been a game changer for many of us in this industry. All right, and we've been rapidly innovating. When I first launched AVD, September 29th, 2019, was a very, very interesting day. The launch of AVD was me tweeting saying it's GA. That's really what it was. It wasn't a big date because we had a really lengthy preview to get up to there. We had thousands of customers already using it. We just said, okay, you're full supported now. That was really the only change. We had a team of about 50 developers and about 8 PMs. We are well over 10 times the size of that now. Our ability to listen to partners like you and to listen to customers and to look out the windshield and see where we're going and respond to those needs and stay in that upper right quadrant and even continue to differentiate our offerings up there. This is just a short list of some of the latest innovations. We just finished up Ignite last November. We had so many things to share, including the Azure Stack HCI announcements, but a lot of improvements in security, single sign-on, watermark protection, clipboard management capabilities. I'm going to show you in a moment the new app, the new Windows app available on all platforms that unifies AVD, Windows 365, remote desktop services, DevBox, and RPA Box into a single app. One app that gives you access to every virtualization product from Microsoft. Pretty exciting. I'll show you a demo of that in a minute. On the management side, tons of new features and capability to make it easier for you to manage and manage at scale. Many of you are supporting hundreds and maybe even thousands of customers, right? We want to provide tools to make it really productive for you, where you can have a small number of IT resources that can support a large group of customers and users. All right. So I mentioned Azure Stack HCI. This is a pretty significant innovation for us. This is finally bringing all the rich capabilities of Azure Virtual Desktop and allowing you now to extend that on-prem through Azure Stack HCI. And the thing is, it works seamlessly. We made some really good decisions back in 2018 when we were architecting Azure Virtual Desktop. One of the things we built is a model where resources can live anywhere, because the way that the communication works between the service, the management service, and the actual virtual machines is all routed over the public internet using a very secure, what we call reverse connect protocol. That means I can have workloads on-prem. I could literally just pick it up and move it to the cloud. I don't need to change anything on the Azure Virtual Desktop side. As long as it has line of sight to the internet and you've done their right allow list to ensure you can hit the right endpoints, and we're making all that easier. There's a lot of innovation happening for wildcard, FQDN options to make even setting that up simpler. Azure Stack HCI is just a natural extension. And with Azure Stack HCI, that Windows client multi-user, you can now bring this on-prem. This was always the dream when we built that OS version, that we'd have a way to bring that operating system on-prem and bring all that unique value. So if you're not already looking into Azure Stack HCI, I would strongly encourage you to do that. If you've had customers in the past that you've engaged with, and they either had their own data centers or very specific needs to stay on-prem, and you really didn't have an opportunity, reach back out to them now. You've got new tools in your tool belt and capture some of that workloads that you may have missed in the past. All right, so I'm always so excited to introduce people to Windows 365 if they're not familiar with it, or share some of the latest innovation. This is a product that we launched at Inspire, our partner event, in July of 2021. So it's just coming up on its 3-year birthday here soon, and has been one of the fastest growing services at Microsoft. In fact, Azure Virtual Desktop has been one of the fastest growing services on Azure. Windows 365 is one of the fastest growing services on Cloud PC. You need to be paying attention to these products. We're speaking at the top of our lungs to customers. They're going to come to you. You make sure that you guys understand the products, understand the difference between them, so you can use that opportunity to get customers onboarded on these technologies. This is a mantra you might hear us talk a lot about, our M365 suite of products. Loved by users and trusted by IT. We talk about that Gartner Magic Quadrant, ability to execute, and completeness of vision. Vision is about how do you innovate and how do you think about innovation. Have any of you guys read the book, The Innovator's Dilemma? Yeah, one of those. If you haven't read it, I strongly encourage you to read it. It affects all of us. If you have a business, your own business, and you want to stay current, stay relevant, read that book. That book defines exactly why Microsoft came out of nowhere and took the leadership role in desktop as a service, because we did not get caught up in the innovator's dilemma. We thought, that analogy, looking out the windshield, looking in the rearview mirror. If you're an existing organization and you're not focused on R&D, you're going to become irrelevant very quickly, right? New technologies, the cloud, AI, all these things come out very fast. If you're not focusing on R&D and you're just listening to the needs of your customers today and not reaching farther and looking out farther in the horizon, you end up falling back and not being in that innovator's position. And these are the mantras that guide us around this. But I added one when we started the Windows 365 adventure here. Loved by users, trusted by IT, and loved by IT. And when you get into the meat of really what's Windows 365 is, you'll see how that's paid off. Number one, a cloud PC equals a PC after 3 clicks. Click, click, boom. The leading sales manager from VMware, who I was on the phone with this morning, came up with that terminology for my product. I loved it. I was at VMware Explorer, and he was describing it to an audience about this size. And he said, Windows 365 is just click, click, boom. So I love that analogy. And that's really what our mindset was, is you want to provide tools to IT to allow them to be a profit center, not a cost center, right? If that's not terminology or vernacular you're already having with customers, you should add it. When you're talking to someone who's the IT person and you say, hey, I'm going to give you some tech that's going to make your job easier, the first thing they're like, well, is it going to make me irrelevant? Is it going to take my job away? Your story is, no, I'm going to give you more time to be an innovator. I'm going to give you more time to turn your department or your role into a profit center for the company. But to do that, I've got to give you time back that you can be looking out your windshield and not executing on all the daily task stuff that you're doing today. So I'm going to give you products and services that are easier for you to manage. And if I can converge the management process of a physical device and a virtual device, so you're doing everything the exact same way, a cloud PC equals a PC. Same security baselines, workflows, processes, tools to update and images to push and manage apps, to update security baselines. Everything is done the exact same way. I don't have a different set of tools and processes to manage my virtualization environment and then another one over here. I can do everything in the exact same way. That is so powerful. And we talk about trusted by IT. When my security footprint shrinks, my ability to ensure that I'm providing a safe, architecture is much easier. But when I've got a separate set of VNet tools, processes, and policies, and then I've got another set of tools and policies here for physical devices, and I'm trying to manage all that, my attack surface is just that much bigger. My ability to secure that network gets much more complex and tough. So I don't have a lot of time today to walk you through all of the details of how that plays out. If you haven't seen some of the demos of how you set up and deploy Windows 365, it's just phenomenal. It is built on Azure. It's built on top of the AVD platform, but you can provision it for customers where they don't even need an Azure subscription. That's that 20-minute. Literally, I could start with a brand new tenant and have all of you cloud PCs in under an hour, starting from nothing. That's when I talk about your breadth play, your ability to take your least technical salesperson and have them out there capitalizing these opportunities and turning customers over quickly and building that revenue. And the cool thing is you won't hear from those customers. Like, this product has self-remediation, so many tools that empowers an end users to solve problems on their own. Your support calls for this go down significantly. We used all the data that we gathered through Windows 365. Millions and millions of users on AVD. We use that data to help shape the product of Windows 365. And the number one support call we get on AVD is the customer's VNet, right? Something got misconfigured in the VNet. They can't access a service. They call us. We're warranting their VNet. We got to step through the process, troubleshoot it. Oh, you've got this port that you're supposed to have open here blocked, right? Some guy in your security team probably saw that port open, didn't think it was necessary and changed it. It's a needle in a haystack to try to find it. We built a service in Windows 365 called the Watchdog service that monitors those VNets and monitors those environments, and we'll push that notification to the admin right after that change was happened. Right? Try to find that change. Somebody did a change on a network security policy on a Friday, and then Monday the customer can't connect. Trying to connect the dots of that event is very complex, and it costs you a lot of time and energy, and you've lost the trust and faith of your customer. Immediate push notification to you, and even pushing information to the customer to allow them to remediate when they can. That's one of the core capabilities. Then, of course, it's a personal PC. The training you have to give to an end user working behind a cloud PC versus traditional VDI, it's amazing, the contrast. I gave them back the restart button. Like, they can restore, backup, resize, rebuild the machine. You can programmatically give all those capabilities to the user to let them do the things that they can do on a physical PC. And again, we've been innovating on this product area, with the size of the team we have now. We ship every month. So we are a live site service and we're very agile and we're consistently taking feedback from the likes of you and our customers and turning that into product innovation and shipping new value every month. One of those is this new Windows app that I mentioned earlier. And I think this video will play a little segment from a Microsoft Mechanics video that I released in November of last year. If you just go do Scott Manchester Microsoft Mechanics, you'll find about 20 of those videos. But this one here, it really comes down to making it easy to discover all of these resources. As an admin, you just have one app. The distinct needs of your users. For example, with Windows 365, you can provision cloud PCs from Intune and manage them just like physical devices. And users get a full, secure, elastic desktop experience. Whereas Microsoft DevBox lets you provision cloud-based developer workstations for specific projects. That's right. I'm here in person. I'll tell you in person. I'm right here. It was a really great little segment. You know, these mechanics videos are designed to try to communicate a lot of new product innovation in like a 12 to 13-minute segment. So it's a really great little tool for you guys who want to either refresh your memory of some of these products and services. The mechanics series are amazing. So I highlighted some of the kind of the core things about this new Windows app. There's a couple things that that we didn't talk about quite as much at Ignite that I'd like to share with you also about this app. As I mentioned, it's a unified app called the Windows app. It'll be in all the major stores. You can get it today. For Mac, you can download it. It's behind the test flight on iOS devices right now. Coming to Android soon. We got a web version, and then the Windows version is all available for you to start testing today. One app that does everything. And this app will also be MAM enabled for the relevant platforms. So who knows what MAM enabled means? For those that know what this means, this is a big deal. Let me describe it to you. MAM stands for Mobile Application Management. That is the alternate option to enrolling a device into Intune and having it being a fully managed device. For your customers that have contractors or have employees that they want to have a BYOD policy, but those users don't want to have their machines enrolled in the corporate environment, you know, for fear that they're prying into your personal data or they can wipe your machine. This is the alternate option that's much more palatable for users. The policies for the machine are in the app level, not the OS level. So I'm installing an app. You have to sign in into your Entra ID, but we can ensure that that machine that app is running on meets corporate policies, and then you can block or allow the users. Another feature coming soon to both AVD and Windows 365 is allowing not just a blocked or not blocked, or allow with conditions. I'm going to allow you in, but I'm going to block local file access. I'm going to allow you in, but I'm going to block USB redirection. I'm going to allow you in, but I'm going to block clipboard redirection. Those type of policies, those are coming as a future investment as well. So I won't spend too much time here. I know we're behind schedule. This is your depth play. All these amazing capabilities. This is every knob and dial a pilot has in the cockpit. This is a seat in first class on the plane, right? You want to ride? You want us to do all the work for you? You just want to get from destination A to B? Windows 365 is an amazing breadth sales tool for you to provide this modern compute experience delivered from the cloud that is just super simple to sell, super simple to deploy, and for your customers, super simple to use. So that's kind of the high level pitch of these two products. In terms of where there's future investments happening here, that loved by users, trusted by IT mantra really guides us here. And we think about continuing to simplify the end user experiences. I have one customer, 40,000 Windows 365 licenses. They turn over 4,000 contractors a month. 4,000 new people get put in front of virtualization for the first time every month. Can you imagine if that wasn't simple to use and they couldn't self-remediate the overhead that would cause? That customer used to be on a competing cloud solution, moved to Windows 365. That kind of mindset that we have of making it super simple for users really makes a significant difference, but also making it great for the IT admins managing it. We talk about the convergence of the cloud computing and AI. It's such an amazing thing when you see us using AI logic to help recommend the size of the PC for the user, where the users live, where the user is versus where the cloud PC is, and move it automatically to the closest data center to where they're working from. Those types of tools just make it so powerful for you to ensure that you're taking full advantage of the cloud. It wouldn't be that relevant to tell people, hey, that laptop that you bought is too small. Like, well, what am I going to do? You know, they're just kind of deal with it until the 3 to 5 year amortization schedule that. With a cloud PC, if it's too small, size it up. If it's too big, size it down. If it's not in the right location, move it. That's some of the AI tools that we have. We talked about the MAM capability here. We're bringing support for GPU SKUs to Windows 365. We announced that at Ignite as well. All right, let's talk about the opportunities for you. Hopefully, I've already touched on a couple of things that have your interest sparked. Obviously, you guys have a lot of opportunity as that we talked about those inflection points from 2023, customers looking to move to the cloud. You have that expertise to act as a consultant for those organizations. Hopefully more than that, you can actually land the service as well, helping them navigate the waters of all those products and services out there. That Gartner MQ slide, you can find it on our website. Go to Microsoft website and look for Gartner Magic Quadrant, and you have that asset you can put right in front of customers. I've done all the work for you. Here's the leading product right here. It comes from Microsoft, right? That's immediate value you can bring. Obviously, all the great tools that AVD provides, all those knobs and dials, you can create very customized solutions for customers, or you can simply get them up and running quickly with Windows 365. Tons of resources we have in Partner Center and other areas for you to look at. There's some special programs going on also. Hopefully someone will be able to share some of those things coming on with the Windows 365 CSP programs as well during the time you're here. So I'll leave this slide up here. Lots of other sessions that are relevant here for you to look at. Some of the links down here at the bottom give you more resources to find things like that. Total economic study around AVD and Windows 365, a sustainability study on these products, and then the TCO studies that'll give you some relevance, and then that Gartner MQ. So tons of resources for you. Thank you for your time. Hopefully next year we'll all come back here. When I say who's doing Windows 365 and AVD, I want to see everybody's hands up. Thank you.